see familiar faces, well, familiar names, but to me it feels like familiar faces. Hi guys, hi Crystal Fat Vines, hello everybody. Hi Jeff, how are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. Hello, hello, hello. Victoria, you've been dying for the boot camp so long, saving up, but immediately purchasing your book order. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are the best. You guys are gonna make me blush. Thank you guys so much. I'm so glad you're here. Well, hopefully if you guys have been wanting the boot camp, there is a giveaway today, right here, right now. You do have to stay for the entire live because I announced the giveaway at the very end of the live, and so you have to actually be here in order to claim the giveaway winning prize. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much. If you guys can hear me and see me okay, can you drop a 1 into the chat box? Just so I know, because this is an actual live training and I want to make sure everybody can hear and see me a-okay. Also like the live, that really helps as well. What is the best place to buy the book? If you guys are interested in pre-ordering my book, you can click the link in my profile and I have a link there that says for pre-order. Amazon and Barnes & Noble are probably the most popular. Amazon is probably the easiest and you'll get it the fastest. There is a link to pre-order it on Amazon. You guys, thank you so much. Vanessa, thank you for giving us this free training. You guys are so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is why I do it. It is all for you guys. If you guys recall the last live training, I did a big deep dive in everything it takes to work a 10-hour, 10K work month life. And how you can actually obtain that. And I dropped a ton of insider secrets, and this live training is going to be a little different. I'll still cover maybe some of the basics of that entire 10-hour, 10K work month, just for you guys, because I always do that, and it's always helpful anyways, because you learn a lot just by me running through it. But this exclusive live training is going to be all about the highest paying online trade, which is meta ads. This is the skill that I offer 3 trades, right? Meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. And this is the one that pays the most. On average, I have clients that pay me $10,000 to $12,000 every single month just to run their meta ads. Again, I have no prior experience in this. I don't have a degree in this. I don't have a degree, period. I learned this completely, totally online. My very first client over 10 years ago paid me $2,500 a month for this skill. So on the low end now it pays $3,000 a month, and on the higher end it can pay up to $20,000, $50,000 a month just for one client with this one trade. And so if that is something you guys are interested in learning about, I am going to dive deep into what it looks like to be a meta ads expert and how and why they pay so much for this service, for this trade. Hint, it's because we make our clients a ton of money. And if you can make them a ton of money, they're going to pay you very handsomely to do that. What do you actually do? Jennifer, well, welcome. So first, let me go ahead and give my entire spiel, my title here, just so you know who I am, and to say welcome and to let you guys know what this live is about, because this live actually has a purpose. It's not just me coming on here and saying hi to you guys, which I love doing those too, but I'm actually going to do an exclusive live training. I don't do these very often. I'm going to try and do more, but because these take a lot for me. I prepare for them, and I actually schedule them, which is very unlike me. I don't live a scheduled life. I like to just pop on here whenever I have a free minute, so I do have to make sure I dedicate. And I had a crazy day today, crazy day. But I was so glad that I was able to make it back in time to be able to do this live. So, hello, welcome. My name is Laura Anderson, also known as Digital Laura Anderson. I am the founder of the 10-hour, 10K work month. I'm also the founder of School of Anti-Workaholics. I am the host of 7-Day Weekend Podcast. New episodes coming soon. I just signed with HubSpot Podcast Network. They're the biggest business podcast network on the planet. I have a book coming out. It's called the 10-hour work month. You can pre-order it in the link in my bio if you guys are interested. The reason I got my podcast deal, and the reason why I got this book deal, and the reason why I got all my AI speaking engagements is because I have transformed so many people's lives, including my own, from the 10-hour, 10K work month. It's where I teach people to work smarter, not harder. I teach them online trades like meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing, then how to go out on your own, work for yourself, how to get clients, how to delegate the work out to freelancers, and then how to automate the entire thing with AI. It's been the most incredible journey. I've been written up by Forbes, Business Insider, Medium, Daily Mail, and again, got my podcast deal, book deal. I'm an international keynote speaker on all things AI. I was in New Zealand where I spoke to over 1,300 people, including the Prime Minister, on how to leverage AI in business so that you work smarter, not harder. So that is my spiel. The 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp during the live, if you guys are interested in it, is half off. It is half off during this live. I'm also doing drum roll because I'm going to be doing an exclusive live training today, a giveaway. So I'm going to give away one lucky audience member the entire 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp. That is a $4,000 value that you guys, that one lucky winner is going to win right here in this live. I announce it during the live at the end. So if you want to win, you do have to stay till the end of the live. So please, 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 it means a lot to me if you guys like this live and share it so that, you know, a lot of people are able to get a chance to learn and be able to participate. And it just does, it helps my account. And I really appreciate it. And if you like the tips and tricks I give here and you're interested in the giveaway, just like the live, it means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much for being here. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I do want to dive right into it. But like I said, I do want you to know that the 10-hour 10K work month during this live is half off. And don't be like, oh, well, I want to wait to see if I win. Because guess what? I am an equal opportunist. You can win if you're a student. If you already purchased it, guess what? And you win the giveaway, I give you a full refund. So don't let that stop you. I've actually had a student win before, and I just issued her a full refund because I want to give everybody a chance to win. Jeff, you just ordered my book. Thank you so much. It means so much to me, and I know you're going to absolutely love it. I was just going over a lot of it with my editor the other day, and you know, she was like cracking up. She loved the book so much. So super cool. Okay, so like I said, I don't want to waste your guys' time. I do want to dive deep into it. Can you guys just let me know? Can you drop a 1 if you're new here? And drop a 2 in the chat if you are a returning favored guest of mine. My AI prompts alone are chef's kiss. I'm so glad you guys are liking everything. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of 2s. Okay, I'm seeing some 1s. Cool. Okay, good. Oh, we got some OG babies. Okay, very cool. 3, you're a student. Yay, I didn't even give that option. But thank you. Yes, I love when students pop in so much. It means everything to me. Heather is a current student as well. Thank you guys so much. How cool is this? I'm seeing a lot of 3s. Kim, Michelle, I have so many students staying positive. I have so many students in here. Welcome. So this is going to be a little refresher for you guys, diving into meta ads. And just so you guys know, students, you guys are about to get the most massive updates. It should be within the next 60 days. The entire overhaul of the entire bootcamp from front to back, a ton of new additions, big things coming, like a job board that you guys will be able to be a part of, and you're going to get fed leads. So much good stuff is coming. So I'm really excited for you guys. And as students, you guys are entitled to any and all updates, totally complimentary. So because the price is going to go up in the bootcamp significantly, because I'm working on getting a full-on accreditation for it. So you guys will be fully certified and accredited, recognized legally by the government, which will be super exciting for you guys. But of course, current students are always grandfathered into all of those updates. So congratulations for you guys. Super cool and exciting. And of course, if you purchase before those updates, you're grandfathered into all of those too. So let me just get that out of the way. 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp, which is what I teach in depth, what I'm going to walk through you guys today, plus a whole lot more. I'll run through the bootcamp at the end too. But it's half off right now during the live. That's my way of saying thank you guys for being here and for participating. Again, there will be a giveaway at the end, but don't let that stop you. You can still win the giveaway even if you purchase. I'll just refund you. Equal opportunist. But if you click the link in my profile, it'll take you to my link tree. It's the first link there. And the discounts automatically apply to checkout. It's half off, and there is Afterpay or Klarna if you want a payment plan option. Vanessa or Sewing with Michelle says it's full. The bootcamp is full of so much great info. Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. It's been just under 9 minutes. I feel like that's fair. I let enough people get in and join because I know things get crazy, but I don't like to waste your time. You know me, I hate fluff. Let's get into it. So we're diving in deep today into meta ads, right? And what it takes to be a meta ads expert. This is the skill, the trade that pays me on average. I have clients that pay me $10,000 a month to $12,000 per month. There are clients that pay typically on the low end about $3,000 per month if you're not working with like the tiny local companies, right? Or tiny local businesses. And on the higher end, they can pay up to $50,000 to $100,000 per month, depending on the company that you're working with and doing this for. You know, there are agencies that do this. There are people that are in-house that do this for companies. And then there are people like me, consultants, who do this. And what we're seeing now is this massive shift of all of these people getting laid off, right? This has been the time, like the biggest layoff that has ever happened in history outside of like a depression or a recession. So it's crazy out there. And the crazier part is that people like me, my students, consultants, we're getting all of that work because they still need that job done, but now they're outsourcing it to trade specialists, people like me, but who are also efficient in AI, so we can do the job of 5 to 10 people in half the amount of time, right? So there's never been a better time to get in on something like this. And of course, you guys know I'm the queen of AI. AI hasn't come close to replacing anything like this whatsoever. It's only catapulted us into creating a bigger business. My business has literally exploded because of AI. It's how I've become a millionaire, is because AI has enabled me to work smarter, not harder, and more efficiently. So this is the skill that pays the most. I offer 3 skills: meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. And this skill, this trade, pays the most. And I'll tell you why it pays the most. It's because it's the platform that clients spend the most money on. Meta is the most advertised on platform on the planet, and that is because they make the most money on this platform. But you will hear companies and people say all the time, I tried meta ads, it doesn't work, I lost a lot of money. And that's because they didn't know what they're doing. It's very technical, it's very, very advanced, and that's why they pay us the big bucks, right? I can tell my client down to the exact penny how much money I have made for them. So if the client's budget is $100,000 a month in ads, and I can drive them in 300, 400, 500, 5 times their return. Imagine if you had, imagine if you handed somebody $1, and every time you handed them $1, they handed you back $5, right? How much would you pay that person? You pay that person a lot of money, right? Because if they're able to create this money printing machine for you, essentially, you'd pay them a lot of money for it. And that's exactly what Facebook Meta Ads is. Obviously, you have to know how to do that, right? It's not simple. It's very, very advanced, and I'll walk you through it just so you guys have a full understanding of what the entire thing looks like, because it's advanced. But in my bootcamp too, I teach you from a total beginner standpoint. And okay, so let's dive into it. So what do meta ads look like, right? It's like this common misconception that we take an ad. Well, it's also a common misconception that we, the media buyers, create the ad. We don't create the ad. This isn't like UGC. This isn't content creation. This isn't having to be able to photograph or edit photos or videos or anything like that. The client provides the creative for us. We do have to write the copy. I'll get into that. But the client provides the creative for us, right? It's our responsibility to take that creative, to take that ad, and to make it profitable. Again, that is what pays the big, big bucks, right? You can have the most perfect ad, and if you throw it up there, that doesn't mean it's going to convert, especially if you don't know what you're doing. It doesn't mean you're going to get profitable. It doesn't even mean that it's going to convert whatsoever. So there's a misconception that, right, what happens on these platforms is like we take the ad, right? We take the creative and we throw it up like a digital billboard, and it's just there, like always up, and people are scrolling by it, right? That is not the case at all. Meta ads is served to people, right? And it is served to people based on the audiences, the campaigns, and the strategies that we set up. So, you'll have a client be like, well, I don't want my ad running at midnight. Like, nobody's awake at midnight. And it's like, it's only going to be shown. It's served to people. It's not shown. It's not just laying up there like a digital billboard. It gets served to people. So if the target audience that we've built out in the campaigns isn't awake on the platforms at that time, your ad isn't being shown. It's only showing to the people it gets served to, right? And the money is spent, it's based on reach, right? So it's not like the more money you spend on ads, the better your results are. That's not how it works at all. It's all the same. It's just you'll get results a lot faster the more money you spend, because the more money you spend, the more people that see it. So this is totally arbitrary, but think like I spend $100 a day, 100 people see the ad, right? If you spend $1 a day, one person is going to see the ad, right? So you're going to get the same type of results. It's just going to be a lot faster, a lot more accelerated with the more amount of money you spend. So one of the main questions clients always ask is like, okay, well, what's a minimum budget for me to see profit? And it's like, that's a loaded question, because you could spend $5 a day and you'll get to profits eventually. It's just going to take a while, right? And there's not like, we don't want to spend like, $2,000 a day when you're a new account and we haven't really fed Meta any data to be able to figure out if that's going to convert when we come out the gate hot, right? Okay, so instead of it being thrown up like a digital billboard, right? The back end of Meta is advanced, right? And so when we get back there, we set up campaigns. So when I get a client and I'm brought on with a client, right? We first have to build out one of their campaigns. And this is what it's going to look like when we build out their campaign, right? I drew this, we're making a, you guys, we're making a potty chart for my toddler because he's potty training right now. So we bought like this and some markers, and we're gonna put stickers. So this is what I had, and I was able to write this out for you guys. So this is what it's going to look like. This is like a visual representation of what the back of Meta Ads is going to look like. Are you guys finding this valuable so far? If you are, can you please give me a thumbs up? Can you like the live? It just means a lot to me, and it helps my account, and I really appreciate it. So if you guys are finding this valuable, please thumbs up. And remember, there is a giveaway at the end of this. If you guys want to learn all of this super in-depth, step-by-step, not only is the bootcamp half off right now during the live, but there will be a giveaway. And again, if you purchase the bootcamp, you're still eligible for the giveaway. So don't let that distract you. The Meta party chart. Yes, perfect. It's beautiful, right? Keep in mind, I have terrible handwriting. And I know the camera's reversed. You can fully see this, okay? So this is what it looks like, right? We're gonna have a campaign, right? And our campaign is gonna be what we optimize for, right? And so we're gonna optimize for our client's end goal. And this is where the majority of clients and businesses, this is where they first go wrong, and where they're like, I've tried Meta Ads and it doesn't work. And this is like right out the gate when I'm on the phone with them. And if I'm looking at their account, I can immediately say, well, I know exactly where you went wrong. It's because you were optimizing for this instead of this. So our first is a campaign is like an umbrella where we house a strategy, right? So a campaign is going to be what we optimize for, right? And so if we have an e-commerce client, we optimize for their end goal always, no matter what. And this is a big insider tip secret that, like, when you take Meta Ads blueprint, they're not going to talk to you about, they're not going to say it, because this is lived through experience. And everyone who's advanced at Meta Ads will say this exact same thing. And they will cringe when you say oh, I optimized for this. They're like, no, why did you do that? Because you can optimize for a lot of things, right? So do you want more engagement on your page? Do you want more engagement on your posts? Do you want to drive traffic to a website? Do you want to generate awareness for your brand? Do you want to optimize for just people to watch the entire video all the way through? Do you want people to actually add something to their cart? Do you want people to actually make a purchase? There's so many things. Do you want to generate a lead, right? Do you want them to go onto your website and actually fill out a lead form? Lots of things you can optimize for. And so many people are like, oh, well, I have a product, right? I want to drive traffic to that product. So I'm going to optimize for traffic. What the beauty about Meta Ads and what we've never been able to do before in advertising is we can tell it exactly what we want. And if you tell Meta, hey, I want traffic to my website, that's what it's going to give you. It's not going to give you purchases. It's not going to give you people adding to their cart. It's not going to give you anything else but just useless clicks. And then it's going to fill your account with data of people that just click and do nothing else. You always, somebody just said, what's the ultimate goal? You always want to optimize for your ultimate end goal, right? So if it's an e-commerce store, their ultimate end goal is purchase. We want somebody to actually go to the website, click on the product, add it to their cart, initiate the checkout, and then complete the purchase. So say it's an e-commerce brand. We are going to optimize for purchase always. You'll hear, if you ever get on a call with a Meta sales specialist or ad specialist from Meta, they'll always say you have to season the pixel. You have to season the pixel. And the pixel, sorry, my phone was ringing. And by seasoning the pixel means you're feeding the pixel data. Pixel is the tracking that you put onto your website that allows Meta to be able to track all of the actions of the people who actually went to your website so that they can retarget, remarket, track them, report all the numbers back to you, right? And so they'll say you have to season the pixel. But first you have to get people to come to the website. Then you have to optimize for people to add to their cart. Then you have to optimize for them to initiate checkout. Then you can optimize for complete purchase. Because you've seasoned the pixel. Throw all of that shit out the waste. You don't need to season the stupid pixel. I promise you. The problem that you're doing when you season the pixel is now you're seasoning it with bad data. You don't want people to just click and just add to carts. There are so many people out there that just add to carts and never complete purchase. It's just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So always, if you leave with one tip for meta ads, is always optimize for the end goal. If the client's end goal is to get leads, always optimize for leads. Don't go, okay, well, first let's generate some brand awareness. No. Nike can do that. Nike can optimize for brand awareness. Everybody knows who they are, so they don't have to necessarily optimize for you to do anything. They just want to be seen, right? So if it's an e-commerce, we're optimizing. So in the campaign is where we set our optimization. So for this client, we're going to optimize for purchases, right? Forget everything else. This is it. Can you give an example of something other than an e-commerce? Yeah, so real estate agent for generating leads. Like I said, Nike. They don't really care to optimize for anything. They're just trying to get you to see. Apple is the same way, right? They'll optimize for brand awareness all the time because they're just trying to get seen. And the thing is that when you optimize for like brand awareness as opposed to purchases, your ads are cheaper. Purchase, it costs more money because your cost per purchase is a lot higher than your cost per awareness. So that's why they're okay with running, Nike's okay with running awareness ads, because you don't have to explain to anybody who Nike is. They know who you are. Like, you know, it gets really in depth. So basically for conversions, yes. But you'll optimize for conversions, and then there's a drop down to specify which conversion you want, whether that's view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, or purchase. And you always just want to do purchase if your client is e-commerce, okay? There's a traffic optimization. I usually think traffic is utterly useless. Some other people will disagree. Hey, listen, nobody really knows what they're doing out there. All we can do is test. It would be so fun to optimize. This type of work would be so fun. You know why I think it's so fun? Let me explain to you why I think it's so fun. Because doing these ads sometimes to me feels like I'm literally like pulling a slot machine. Like you'll check in on your clients' ad accounts and it's like raining. It's raining money, and you feel like, I'll get into it when I break down how I mean like a slot machine, because like you're optimizing it so fine-tuned that it feels like a slot machine, and it's really fun, especially when it's somebody else's money, right? You're gambling with somebody. I'm gambling with my clients' money, although my clients are always profitable. But you get what I mean. It feels really fun. It could also feel really scary, but that high risk, high reward, right? Okay, so we've got our campaign, right? Our campaign is where we house our strategy. And for this strategy, it's an e-commerce brand. Let's say it's a jewelry store for Gen Z, okay? So we're optimizing for purchases, okay? There's a lot of acronyms you'll learn with meta ads, and so the acronym for purchases is PER. So we have a client, they're jewelry, e-commerce, and their audience is Gen Z, right? So we're setting up a campaign strategy to find new customers that fit within that, and we want them to purchase, right? So when you're setting up a campaign, you're gonna have at least, this is one of the other things too, is like people will be like, oh, well, what if you come up with an audience and it fails? Or what if you put up an ad and it fails and your client's really mad because you lost a bunch of money? We're testing a shit ton of everything at a shit ton of time. Like 70% of the stuff you're gonna put up is gonna fail. And 30%-ish is going to win, and it's gonna win so hard that it makes up for all the failures. And that's how it works. There's no getting around that. You'll never put up one audience and one ad and crush it. Like if you're doing that, that's where clients fail, people mess up, because all marketing is testing. Nobody knows anything, and if anybody tells you that they have some secret formula or strategy, they're full of shit and they're lying to you, because nobody knows anything until you actually get in behind a client's ad manager and start testing. Literally, that's it. Literally, that is it, I promise you. It's just you can be really smart with testing, and that's what you have to do. All right, are you guys still finding this valuable? Please give me a thumbs up, like the live, let me know. Where do you see the data specifically? How do you know down to the penny? I can show you the back end. But Meta tells you everything. So let me actually pull up. I can't like actually show you a client's account, but I can show you like one of my dummy accounts. Well, this one hasn't spent any money, so that's not gonna help. Okay, so I think this one has spent some money. So this was just a dummy account that I was playing around with. Oh, well, this is the last 30 days, so obviously that's not gonna work. Maximum. Okay. So this was just a dummy account, so a lot of it you're going to see is left blanks. Excuse all my tabs. Good God. But see, so this is where the campaigns are, then where you see ad sets, and then where you see ads. So when I'm drawing that presentation where it's a drop down, it looks like this. So within each campaign, there's ad sets and then ads. But like if you look at the bottom here, it'll say, okay, this spent $700. It generated 0 leads. We weren't optimizing for leads. The cost per lead, we weren't optimizing for that. What the click-through rate was, what the results were. So we got 1,000 post engagements. We got 281 meta leads. We got, let me see, because this is a dummy account, so I didn't really do anything with this, but let me show you. Shows you how many video plays. It's because I'm not optimizing for leads. Let me see if I have a better breakdown of it. I wish I could show you one of my clients' accounts so it would make more sense. But it shows you, and these columns you can have go on and on and on and on and on. So it would report all the data. So it'll show you how much you spent, how much was your cost per purchase, how many purchases you got, what did those purchases total. So did you get 20 purchases that resulted in $600? What was the return on ad spend? So say we spent $1, we got $3 in return. That's a 3 times return on advertising spend. And like I said, it tells you straight up down to the penny how much, okay? And to be fair, it's not 100% accurate, and that's because of iPhone iOS update. Thanks a lot. As if Apple's not tracking you guys like crazy and selling your data. Everybody's tracking your data and selling it to everybody, so it is what it is. But so anyway, so let's get back to it. So we've built out the campaign, okay? We're optimizing for purchases. Now, we have to, and it's an e-commerce Gen Z brand, so now we have to find audiences. And keep in mind that this, because of the size of the page, I only did 5. We're always testing at least 5 to 10 ad sets. Ad sets is just another word for audiences, okay? But for this example, I'm only doing 5 just so it fits on the page, right? And then within each audience, within each ad set, you're gonna have at least 5 to 10 ads, right? Again, for this example, I only did 5, so what would fit? So keep in mind, we're running like 10 audiences at a time with 10 ads in each audience. You know, we're running lots at a time. So this is not like you throwing up one audience with one ad and crossing our fingers. It's all testing. Okay, so we're gonna have to find audiences. Typically I do a competitor analysis report for my clients. Well, my freelancer does it. I give you guys that entire template and I walk you through how to complete it for a client in the 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp. But this gives us an idea of who their customer is so that we can build out audiences, right? So I said they're Gen Z. So what are things Gen Z people like, right? They like the TV show Euphoria. That can be one audience, right? So everybody on Meta or Facebook and Instagram that have liked something to do with the TV show Euphoria, that's going to be an audience. What is something else they like to do? They like to go to Coachella, right? They like festivals. So that can be another audience, is people who have either checked in at Coachella or liked the Coachella festival page. They have a heavy interest in Coachella, right? Now, what's a third audience? What is something else they like? Maybe we can target one of their competitors, right? So what's another Gen Z jewelry brand? Let's try to siphon some of their audience, their customers, and say, hey, if you like them, you'll probably like us more. And then what's something else they like? They like, I don't know, what does Gen Z like? Sephora. They like get ready with me videos, okay? Another audience. You get the gist, right? Facebook will also, based on the current audiences you have, give you suggestions for other ones too. So if you're really stuck in a rut, it'll give you suggestions, right? Okay, so now we've built out our audiences, and this is also where we put the placements of the ads, right? So do we want it only on Instagram stories? Do we want it only on Facebook Reels? Do we only want it on Instagram static feed, right? This allows us to place the ads where we want. My rule of thumb is, because Meta's gonna try to automatically place the placements for you. Bullshit, don't let it do that. This is another one of those insider tips where if you don't learn this from somebody, you will just allow Meta to do its own thing, and it's going to be detrimental to you and your client because you didn't know this, because you're not seasoned at it. When you're scaling, you can let it auto place, but first you want to dictate where the placements go, okay? And we're going to do that by, I always do stories, reels, and in-feed. That's it. There's a lot of other placements, like, do you want to show up in Marketplace? Do you want to show up in the search? Do you want to show up in the right-hand column section? Do you want to show up on WhatsApp? No. Just Facebook, Instagram, stories, static posts, and reels. That's it. Thank me later. You guys are getting insider knowledge here. So now we found our audiences, right? We picked placement, and this is acquisition, right? So we're trying to find new customers. So you can either set this at campaign optimization budget or ad set optimization budget. If you set it at campaign budget, that's saying like you have $100 for this campaign that you're spending a day, and you do at campaign optimization, you're saying, hey, Facebook, you let me know which of these audiences you think is going to do the best, and you're going to funnel the money yourself to those. What I'm saying is, when I'm testing, is I need to be in control. So if I have a $100 budget, I'm going to give, $20 to each of these 5. So I know that each of these had their own dedicated spend, and they each got a fair chance of determining if they're good without Facebook saying, hey, you know what, I think this will do better. You can leave that for scaling again. Okay, so now we got to put in our ads, right? The client provides the ads for us, okay? It is our responsibility, though, to write the copy, the written form. Typically, it's very, very short, especially with e-commerces. It's like, something that's like, you deserve to feel special today. Here's X, Y, and Z. This is why you should like it. It's organic, whatever, buy now. 15% limited time off only. Obviously, it would be much better than that. You just get the gist. ChatGPT can write the entire thing for you. And so you're going to put in it's going to be 5 to 10, right? For this example, of course, I still only did 5 because I ain't got a lot of space here, okay? So now we've got it set up. Let's turn this bad boy on, right? We've got our campaign. We were optimizing for purchases. We've built out our audiences with the correct placements. We've put in our ads with the copy, okay? Now we got to let it run, okay? Your mind is exploding. This is gold. I'm so glad, Yolanda. Keep in mind, this is on a very, very small scale. It's much more in depth, and obviously I can do a visual representation in the bootcamp where I walk through and actually show you my clients' accounts. I obviously black the clients out, but and actually click and show you in real time what it all looks like and how to actually make moves. So you learn it much like, you learn it from a total beginner all the way to expert level in the bootcamp. And it's half off right now if you guys are interested. That is my way of saying thank you guys for being here. So keep liking this and keep giving me thumbs up if you guys are finding this valuable, because it means a lot to me, and it's how I know that I should keep going and keep doing these exclusive trainings. Okay, so there is no rule of thumb. Everything with marketing and with meta ads, there is no rule of thumb. We love rule of thumbs, right? It helps us. We like black and white. We like structure. It feels good. It feels good to know what to do next. You're not going to get that here? Sorry. Sometimes you want to let it run for 3 days before you do anything. Sometimes maybe 5 days. Sometimes maybe 1 day. Because you have to read the data and make decisions based on, you know what, I think if I let this run for a little bit longer based on what I'm seeing, it'll pick up, right? I'm seeing a lot of people add to cart. They just need to probably see the ad a couple more times until they actually follow through with the purchase, so I'm going to leave it running. You'll start to see people aren't really clicking through, so there might be some problems with some of the ads, right? Because if they're not clicking through, that means the ad didn't do its job. So let's start making adjustments now. So there is no rule of thumb. Typically, I like to let it run for at least 3 days, okay? That's, unless I see something detrimental and I'll be like, let's, sometimes I will too. Sometimes I'll see some ads that are just absolutely tanking and I'll shut them off, like forget it. So let's just say it's been 3 days, okay? We've let this spend some money. We've let Facebook figure out, because that's what you have to do, is you have to let Facebook figure out what works, right? And we're giving it all of these parameters, right? We're saying they have to have these interests, they have to have purchase behavior, they have to be within this Gen Z age range, right? So we're giving it all these parameters, but they still have to be like, that's the beauty about meta ads. They have all this data on people, right? They can say, okay, we know that this person likes all these things, so they'll probably like this product, and they're known to purchase these types of products at this type of price point, so we're going to serve them this ad, right? Never in the world of advertising have we ever been able to do something like that until, the digital space. It's crazy. It's amazing. That's why sometimes you'll see an ad on Meta and be like, oh my God, how did they know? I wasn't even talking about that. Like, or I mentioned to my friend, are they listening in on me? No, they just know what you're thinking before you even think it because they have that much data on you. I mean, I'm sure they're probably listening too, but what can we do, right? But genuinely, like, you can get served an ad just based on your behaviors, and it's because they know everything. We are the luckiest. We are, Jamie. We are. I love all of my students so much and you guys so much. So thank you guys so much for saying all of this. Always listening. They claim they're not listening, but I don't believe any of them. I don't believe anything. Big tech. I mean, Google just got in big trouble because they had a massive leak. All of our passwords, if you're on Google, are on the dark web right now. So, including your bank passwords, literally everything. What are you gonna do, right? We give up security by stepping foot on the internet. That's just how it is. You either accept it or you get off the internet, right? Be nice if we could live in a world where that's not the case, but it is. Anyways, okay, so it's been 3 days, right? Now we're gonna make some assessments, okay? And remember, like I said, about 70% of the stuff is gonna do bad. That's why we test. And about 30-ish% is gonna win, right? So okay, it's been 3 days. We're gonna go into the campaign, right? We're gonna go in, okay, which of these audiences are profitable? Because again, you can see down to the penny how much money they're bringing in. Okay, let's see. Okay, you know what? Only audience number 1 and audience number 2 are profitable. The rest, they're not getting us any sales, or maybe this one got a sale, but it's costing us, $50 per sale, and it's only getting us like a $30 purchase. That's not cutting it. That's not profitable. We're losing money, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to turn these off. Bye. The audiences and the ads, okay? And then now, these two are profitable, right? We're making money here, right? We're making money here. We're spending about, what did I say? Just say $10 a day on each of these, and they're making us, $50 a day. Awesome, right? We're profitable. So now we got to go in and look at the ads themselves, right? Okay, which of the ads within this are the ones that are getting us those profits, right? Say in this one, it's only one. All the other 4, or 9 if we're doing 5 to 10, not profitable. They're spending money, not making any money. Turn them all off. Just the ads, right? We're leaving the audience on because it's profitable, and we're leaving that one ad on because it's profitable. Now let's go into this audience. What are we looking at here? Oh, 3 of them are profitable. Awesome. Other 2, not profitable. Get rid of them. This is where you can't have an emotional attachment to the ads that you create, because the majority of the time, the one that you think is going to convert really, really well does it, and the one you think is stupid converts. So don't get emotionally attached. This is business. It's not personal. It's business. Okay, so cool. But now what happens, right? Because we always have to be testing 5 to 10 audiences at a time, and we always have to be testing 5 to 10 ads at a time. So now what? Now we got to come up with new audiences. Okay, so now we got to find new audiences. Oh my gosh, is this marker already losing? These are brand new. We got to come up with new audiences. Still in the Gen Z area. There are millions of audiences to test. And then we got to put in 5 new ads. Okay, because that's what happened. Now in this one, right, I turned 2 off here. I got to put in 2 new ads here. I turned off 4 ads here. I got to put in 4 new ads here. Okay. Now what? Now we got to wait another 3 days and see what happens. Okay. And we're just rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat over and over and over until we see, okay, look, right? Audience number 2, man, they've been crushing it. And these 3 ads, they've been crushing it. I haven't had to turn these ads off. They've been profitable from day 1, baby. So now what are we going to do? This is where we optimize and scale, okay? So now, always leave what's profitable on, okay? Please, please, please never turn off a profitable audience. That's why sometimes you'll see people running Christmas ads like well into March. It's because they're still making them a ton of money and they don't give a shit. If it's still making you a ton of money, you're going to turn it off? Probably not. I don't care if it says Merry Christmas. It's making me 5 times return on my advertising spend. I'm still pushing it, baby. Like, let's get real. Okay. So this audience, it's crushing it with these 3 ads. It's crushing it. So now what are we going to do? We're going to leave this audience on. Don't turn this audience off. But we're duplicating it. There's an option to duplicate. So you're going to duplicate it. But you're just going to duplicate it and isolate these 3 ads. So when you duplicate, it's going to carry over all the ads that you created, even all the ones that you turned off. So what you're going to do is just isolate it and turn off in the new campaign all those other ads that didn't convert and just have these ones on. And what you're going to do, and this is optimizing and scaling, and it gets really crazy too because you can break down so many specifics when you optimize. So now when we're duplicating, right, we're only isolating the ads that did well. So it was just those 3, right? Those 3 that did really well. And so here we don't have to have 5 to 10 because we already know that these are winners, right? We don't have to test. We know that these are winners. We know this audience is winners. Literally, we have the data. We have the data. We know. So we can now isolate it over here. We can move to campaign optimization, let Facebook dictate it, let Facebook place it where it thinks it's going to place because it's already winners. It's already winners. And we can narrow it down even further. We can now, when we duplicate, we can look at, okay, in this audience, which age range did the best? I know that this was a Gen Z product, but maybe 35 to 45-year-olds were buying it at a higher price point and making us more money. Let's then just turn off all the other age ranges, right? That's the money-making age range. Let's isolate it. Let's isolate it. Same with the placement, okay? We were putting it in Facebook stories, Instagram stories, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and in the feed, right? Let's just say, okay, only Instagram Reels were profitable. All the other placements didn't make us any money. Let's isolate it to only Instagram Reels. So now you can narrow it down even further, like so much more. So now we've duplicated strictly the winners. This is where it's optimizing and scaling, and being able to read the data and being able to test all of this, and knowing all of this. And then now, okay, listen, these are all winners. We were spending $10 here, right? Let's throw $300 on this, $300 a day, because we know it's going to win. We know. We have the data. We have the data. We know it's going to convert. So that's how you optimize and scale, okay? This is just one campaign. This is just an acquisition campaign. Then we have a whole other campaign, and typically you'll have a couple of these, right? You're gonna have a whole other campaign for remarketing, right? And this is where you really see the profits, right? Because this is all new customers that don't know us. Now when you move into a remarketing campaign, which you're still gonna have the optimized for the end goal, right? For purchases. But now we can target people who added to their cart, but they didn't complete the purchase. Now we can hit them with an ad that's specific to their journey, right? They added it to their cart, but maybe they saw shipping and it was too expensive. And they're like, yeah, forget it, man. Guess what? We're going to hit you with a free shipping coupon for 24 hours only. Oh my God, it's been sitting in my cart. And the reason why I didn't buy it is because shipping was too expensive, but right now it's free. Boom, sold. Boom, 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 sold. And that's just a tip of the iceberg for remarketing. And you can also scale remarketing as well, like by narrowing it down as well. Then you also have lookalike audiences. You guys, it gets, you'll create an entire other campaign for lookalike audiences, right? So now once we've started going with this, this is where seasoning the pixel by giving Facebook good data of, okay, this is what our customer looks like. Now, based on everybody you've seen make purchases from us, right? What is their age range? What is their gender? What are the things they like? What does their purchase behavior look like? What are their interests? What other characteristics? Everything that you have, all the information that you have from our current buyers, create an audience that looks just like them, that has all those same characteristics, all the things that they have in common. Find other people who have those things in common. And so now those are like warmer audiences, right? Those are more hyper-targeted audiences based on data. You have a whole separate campaign for that too. It gets crazy. And this is why they pay us the big bucks, because we're doing all of this constantly behind the scenes in order to get our clients profitable. So when you talk to somebody, a brand, a company, and they're like, hey, listen, I tried meta ads and it didn't work. You can ask them, okay, well, how many audiences did you test? How many ads did you test? What were you optimizing for? They right off the bat say, hey, I ran one campaign with one audience. I didn't even test an audience. I just let it do broad, which by the way, that audience broad, you don't test at all, a lot of times converts, especially if you have a big budget. But you'll be like, that's your problem, is you're not testing. And if you're not going to test, you're not going to convert, because all it is testing. So you know right from the get-go, you can tell a client, like, listen, I know why you didn't convert. And listen, all of your competitors are on meta ads. You think that they're on meta ads running? Because you can see, if anybody's running an ad, anybody can go see a brand's ads that are currently running. You can go to Facebook Ads Manager and it'll show you all their ads they have currently running. So you say, hey, listen, who are your competitors, right? They're all running ads. You think they're running ads at a loss? Do you think they're losing money on these ads? Do you think that they've been running these ads for the last 5 years? Because it'll show you how long they've been running these ads. For the last 5 years at a loss? No, it's because they're making money. And you think for some reason that you're on there and it just for some reason doesn't work for you? Of course not. It doesn't work for you because you're not doing it right. Let me help. Let me help. And so here I am to help. I actually got on a phone with one of my students, my 10-hour 10K work month students, and helped her. I audited an entire client's account for her and I walked her through it and broke everything down and found so many things we could improve and tweak. I recorded the whole thing and it's in the boot camp too. So super, super in depth. So did you guys find this valuable? And like I said, this is obviously a very, very watered down version. It's much more in depth, much more advanced, and I walk you through the entire thing. I show the screen, show exactly how to click, how to get set up, how to actually get a client on board, how to onboard them, everything that you need to make that happen. And you guys, this is one skill, one trade. There's also TikTok ads. There's also email marketing too. Email marketing doesn't pay as much, but it's the easiest client to get. I get so many clients on for email first and knock it out of the park for them. And then I'm like, let me do your Facebook ads. Let me do your TikTok ads. And now that $3,000 a month email marketing client is now like a $15,000 a month client because now they're on board for all three. This is why you work with somebody who knows, like, why you learn from somebody who knows what they're doing and can say, listen, I've offered tons of trades over the years. I narrowed it down to these three because they pay the most, they're the easiest to outsource and the easiest to bundle. And so if you get an email marketing client, they're the easiest to turn over, right? So the very next day I can turn an email account like that. Like the very next email I can send out, if their open rate was 15%, overnight I can make it 30% easy just by segmenting the lists. That's another thing to get into. Do you guys want to learn about email marketing next? Because TikTok ads is fairly similar to Meta ads in the strategy and the testing, but of course the TikTok has tons of nuances. So email marketing is a totally different trade. Would that be like the next live you guys would want to learn? Okay, cool, yeah. Okay, cool. That I do in Klaviyo. To me, it's the most superior email marketing platform. It just is. How do you automate with AI/delegate to freelancers? Victoria, I'm so glad you asked. So let me run through the entire 10-hour, 10K work month bootcamp because this is just one of the trades that's in there. And I don't just teach just the trades, right? It's an entire 360 bootcamp where I do teach how to delegate the work out and how to automate it with AI. So let me run through the entire thing and then I will announce the giveaway winner because the bootcamp currently right now is half off for this live. Thank you guys so much for being here and I really hope you appreciated this live training. I will download it and upload it to YouTube and send it out to you guys via email if you guys are signed up for my email, if you want to rewatch it. This is why I always repeat your guys' questions because on the replays you can't see the chat, so I have to repeat your question and answer it. So for the replays it makes sense. So I'm so glad you guys liked it. Please give me a thumbs up and I do want to open it up to Q&A. So I do want to open it up to Q&A. To enter for the giveaway, you don't have to do anything. I have it tracked down who's been here for like a long amount of time and who's been commenting and participating, all of that good stuff. Okay, so I will open it up to Q&A, and Victoria, I'm going to first run through the entire bootcamp so you guys know what it covers from front to back. Because after this live, the bootcamp will be half off for the next 20 minutes, and then it does go up to full price. I'm not going live tomorrow. I'm traveling tomorrow and I don't go live over the weekend. So this is going to be your last chance to get the boot camp at half off for a while. So yeah, let me run through it so it makes sense how I automate and delegate it. Because like I said, I don't just teach you these trades. I teach you the entire 360 business. This is where I've seen so many other courses and trainings fall short, right? They don't teach the business side of it. They'll teach you the trade and then they're like, okay, now go get a job. But don't even teach you even how to get a job either. So I want to make sure that I cover the entire thing and how you can actually only work 10 hours a month and still make over 10K per month. And of course, it's with automating and delegating. So in the boot camp, right, I run through all three of these trades. I take you from complete beginner all the way to expert, like what you saw here with Meta ads. It's like a million times more in the boot camp. I walk you through my clients' accounts, show you the exact moves I'm making to make them profitable. So you learn Meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. Those are the three most high-in-demand, high-paying online trades. I take you from beginner all the way to expert. Then I teach you how to position yourself as an expert, right? So how do you actually attract those high-paying clients and recruiters? And it's with a website. You're going to build a website that gives you the authority. You build that foundation. Don't worry, I make it super easy in the bootcamp. AI makes it very easy. If you've never built a website before, it's very simple with AI. I walk you through it. And then a LinkedIn profile. I've been doing this for 11 years. I know exactly what you need to have on there to attract those clients and to attract those recruiters, right? This doesn't involve you having to post on social media at all. We don't get clients on social media. This isn't like content creation, posting, you don't have to have following, nothing like that. This is totally a behind the scenes type of thing. So now we've learned the skills and the trades. We've positioned ourselves as an expert. Now I teach you how to get clients, right? That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part. Wait, somebody just said, what happens if all your audiences test fail? How can you recover? You're testing 5 to 10 at a time. It's not likely that it's all gonna fail unless the product is bad and the offer is bad, right? Nobody's gonna buy a $1 million product for something that's terrible, right? That would be the only reason it would fail. It has to be either the product's bad, the pricing's bad, you're testing, right? So the testing isn't going to happen, and it doesn't matter. Sometimes everything fails. You just have to keep testing. Okay, so anyways, so now we're certified experts in the 3 trades, positioned ourselves as an experts. Now we got to actually get clients, right? We got to actually get paid. I had one of my students tell me that she spent like $12,000 on other trainings and courses, and not one of them covered how to get clients. And she said after she purchased the 10-hour 10K work month bootcamp, within 2 months, she had $18,000 worth of monthly retainers. And she's like, that was literally like the missing puzzle piece. I just couldn't figure out how to get clients. So I go hard on that, and I show you exactly how to get clients. And Upwork, LinkedIn, and Indeed, all 3 have different unique strategies, and I run through all of them. I give you every single template you need to make that happen. So cover letter templates, proposal templates, contract templates, scope of service templates, client onboarding checklists, mock interviews with clients, competitor analysis reports, literally everything you need, you get. And that's so invaluable when you're starting out, is to be able to hit the ground running. It's like a turnkey business. You just have to implement and execute. There's no guesswork. There's no thinking, okay, now how do I create a cover letter or proposal? How do I approach these clients? You get everything. I even do mock interviews with clients, so you know what types of questions they'll ask and how to answer them. You get it all. And the resources and templates in there alone are worth the price of the boot camp. Super, super invaluable. And then comes the fun part, right? Because now we're cooking, right? We've learned the skills and services. We've positioned ourselves as an expert, and now we're booking clients. We're cooking, right? So now how do we only work 10 hours per month? We do that by automating with AI and delegating the work out. So you guys know I'm the queen of AI. I literally get paid $10,000 to $30,000 to get up on stage and talk about how to leverage AI in business. I was just in New York and Las Vegas last month. And what I put in the boot camp is 1,000 times more. You learn to be a prompt engineer, how to automate the back end, leverage the best AI tools, literally everything you get. And I'm always adding updates to it. I give you my AI automation. This is what turned me into a millionaire. I was making like $30,000 a month. Now I'm making over $100,000 per month because this AI automation books my clients for me, pitches my services, fully automated, runs 24/7. It's insane. I built it out on Zapier with a custom GPT. I give you guys that template and I walk you through how to customize it. That's what my one student, Rick, he's like in his 50s. He's a film director. He had no experience in this whatsoever. And within 2 months, he had over $50,000 in monthly retainers, offering meta ad services to med spas and plastic surgeons at $10K a pop using that AI automation. Danny, in her first 4 months, she had $80,000 in monthly retainers, offering meta ad services to insurance companies. Pew, pew. So those are my numbers. It took me 12 years to get to those numbers, and they're hitting them in like a couple of months. And that's the difference of being like completely self-taught, all on your own, and then learning from somebody who can just give you everything and show you exactly how it's done, right? So super cool and exciting. And then even if you're fully automated, as one person, you're always going to hit a ceiling, right? You're just always going to hit a ceiling. And in order to break through that ceiling, you got to delegate. You got to hire some help. And so I walk you through how to delegate all of the work out to freelancers on Fiverr, what that process looks like, how to onboard them, how to vet them properly. The entire 360 of the business, you get it. You learn the trades, how to position yourself as an expert, how to actually get clients, all the resources and templates you need to make that happen, how to automate it using AI, and how to delegate it out to freelancers on Fiverr. It comes with a Facebook group. It's a student-only Facebook group. It's an amazing, amazing community. Not only do I answer every question that gets asked in there, but you'll also get tips and advice from other successful students. It's super, super invaluable. Is the program evergreen? It is. So there's self-paced video modules, so you can take it at your leisure, and you have lifetime access, so you can always go back, rewatch, which also means you have access to any and all. You're entitled to any and all updates, totally complimentary. There's going to be an insane amount of updates that are coming, like I'm talking insane. Currently, all students now and whoever purchased before these updates, you're grandfathered into all of them. The price will go up when that happens, but as always, if you purchase now, you're entitled to all of those updates. So yeah, I think that covers it. If you click the link in my profile, it'll take you to my link tree. It's going to be the first link there. I appreciate all of you guys. I have so many students in here talking about how amazing it is and how much value is in it. So thank you guys so much. It means a lot. Like I said, I do want to open it up to Q&A. If you click the link in my profile, you can find the bootcamp. The enrollment page has tons of student testimonials. The discounts automatically apply at checkout. It's typically $4,000 all in. You get everything. There's no like hidden fees or subscriptions or anything. I promise that's it. But it's just under $2,000 right now. and that does end 20 minutes after this live, and then it does go back up to full price. And like I said, I won't be going live tomorrow because I'll be traveling, and I'll go live over the weekends. So yeah, let me think. I was gonna say, let me do the giveaway winner. So who has been here? Because I'll do the giveaway, right? And then I'll offer it off to Q&A. Trust me, everybody, Laura's very, very excited about our success for sure. Thank you so much, Jeff. Jeff is one of my students, and he's always in my lives all of the time. And I appreciate him so, so much, and it means a lot to me. So thank you. Okay, so let me see. I have somebody who I had jotted down, if they're here, again, because like, you have to have been here. You have to have been here. How do we enter? There's no entering. It's just I've been taking note of who's been here for a long time, and then who's still here now. That's literally the only way of doing it. I'm doing it. Let me see. Is there a crystal whittle here? Is there a crystal whittle here? Is there a crystal whittle here? Jamie, I'm right here. Sorry, Jamie, is there a crystal whittle here? I do have a backup. Crystal Fab 5 says, me. Crystal. Let me see. Crystal. Okay, wait, let me follow you. Okay, you guys, we have the giveaway winner. She's over here on Instagram. Let me go ahead. Let me follow you. Let me see if I can follow you from here. So I can't because TikTok lets me follow you. So I can respond to your email. Crystal Fab's Finds. Oh, I'm so excited for you, Crystal. Okay, so I know you actually sent me an email. You responded to my live email. Just shoot me a DM on here. I'll get to it as soon as I can. And if not, I'll respond to that email that I got from you. Because it's not letting me follow you from this live. Because my DMs are like crazy, unfortunately. But I'm sure yours will come up pretty like recent. So shoot me a DM, and if I can't find it, like right after this live, I'll respond to your email. And you'll have full access to the entire boot camp, including all the updates, the Facebook group, everything. Oh, Crystal, you're literally crying. Stop. That's so amazing. You're gonna make me cry. Don't do that. Don't do that. When do you go live next? So I don't have a live schedule. I try to go live regularly. So I do want to open it up to Q&A now. So thank you so much, Crystal. I'm so stoked for you. Again, please shoot me a DM. And if I don't see it, I'll respond to your email. So thanks so much. Okay, so let's open it up to Q&A. And you guys, remember, even if you purchase the bootcamp, you're still eligible for the giveaways. I've had a student win before, and I just issued a full refund. So don't let that steer you. Okay, so I'm going to answer questions probably for like 10 to 15 minutes because we did run through it pretty good for an hour. I go quick because I want to get in as much information as I can. Okay. And so that means that the bootcamp is going to be half off for like the next 20-ish minutes or so. So if you're interested in it, no better time to purchase. Again, I don't know the next time I'll be live, but yeah. So let me answer some of these quick questions. I hope you guys found this valuable. Did you find it valuable? Please give me a thumbs up in the chat so I know to keep doing these for you, and then like the live too, please. It means a lot to me. What if your niche is way saturated? What niches are you seeing gaps or opportunity? This is a fun question, and I don't believe in saturation because everything is saturated, which means nothing is saturated. It's a level playing field, and you know, there's nothing that you can't break into, even if there's tons of competition. And with business, you're always going to have to deal with competition. So you just have to position it differently if it's a niche where you feel like there's a lot of competition, because you're not going to find a niche that's like untapped. It just doesn't exist. It would be nice, but it doesn't exist. You just have to position the offer a little differently and have a unique angle. For me, I like e-commerce brands because they typically have a lot of budget, but for me, I do work with beauty and skincare e-commerces. What would you optimize for in an acquisition campaign for a SaaS company? So SaaS means software as a service. Is it B2B or B2C? Typically it's B2B, meaning it's the business of the software is for businesses. it depends what you're trying to do, right? Do you have that product already ready to go for people to actively sign up with? If you do, you want to optimize for purchases, right? You want to optimize for the people to actually go ahead and move forward with the sign up. Do you have something where you generate leads and you have a sales team reach out to those leads? Then you want to optimize for leads. You'd love to know other ways I save time and outsource things people normally wouldn't do. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I outsource just a lot of, I order out to eat a lot. It's just convenient. I really like sushi. You know, somebody to do all of the housework, maintenance around the house. I would love to get a personal chef. Oh my God. And then I have a VA, a virtual assistant, who handles like everything for me, which is really nice. Is there a payment plan option, Jennifer? Yes, there is. Afterpay or Klarna if you'd like a payment plan option. Invaluable, Megan. We appreciate you so much. I'm so glad, Megan. I'm so glad. You work in beauty and skincare and your company needs this service. You guys need meta ads? You know I'm your girl. Does every client get 5 campaigns for the same price? Monica, this is a good question. Yeah, and it's not 5 campaigns, right? It's typically 1 to 3 campaigns, but then 5 to 10 audiences within each campaign and then 5 to 10 ads within each audience. And yeah, it's not like based on, we're getting paid to make them profitable and to make them money. So whatever it takes. It's not based on, okay, I build out 1 campaign, I'm going to charge you this much. Because I don't know how many campaigns we're going to build out. I don't know how many audiences. Remember when we were getting to the end there and I had 1 audience that was really profitable and we scaled it, but I'm still testing those 5 to 10 other audiences at the same time, always. And I'm not turning off the original one that was profitable, even though I duplicated and scaled it. If you're not doing e-commerce brands, do you use Klaviyo or another program? So the Klaviyo would be for email marketing. And it is primarily for e-commerces. It has the most functionality. It's the best for e-commerces. But if you're doing something where you just need to send like an email blast out, you can do like ConvertCart or MailChimp. Those work fine. Can you talk a little bit more on budget breakdown and how to calculate the daily budgets per ad set? Sure. So your client's going to give you the budget, right? They're going to tell you how much they're able to spend on the ads. Obviously, if they're like, I can spend $20, this isn't going to work. I can't help you because I need to get paid more. You're going to spend $20 and the amount of return you're going to get is not going to be enough to cover for it to make sense for you to work with me. So they have to spend at least a decent amount. Right? If I'm charging, $5,000 to $10,000 for this service, they have to at least make triple that, right, in return for it to make sense. But they'll provide you with what their budget is, and so you're going to break that down into monthly. They're going to tell you what their monthly budget is, and then you'll break that down into daily. Okay, so what is their budget for a month? Say it's 30 grand. You divide that by 30 days. So $1,000 a day. And then if you are testing, typically I like to do 70% acquisition and 30% remarketing. So just have that in mind. And then you break it down by, okay, so now I have 70% for acquisition. Say I have maybe 2 acquisition campaigns. How many audiences am I testing in each So I split that 70% into 2. And then go into each campaign and see, okay, so say I'm only testing 5 audiences at a time, divide it by 5, same. And then with remarketing now I've got 30%, I only have 1 remarketing campaign, say I have 5 ads in there, divide that 30% by those 5. I hope that makes sense. It's easier when I have a calculator in front of me. Would charging 10 to 20% of ad spend as a retainer be good? There's no rule of thumb. I mentioned this earlier within marketing, within entrepreneurship, within freelancership. There's no rule of thumb, right? You can price yourself. It's based on value, right? And so, like I said, if I can bring in my clients, I've proven to my clients that I can bring in, 3 to 5 times whatever it is that they spend. I can justify me charging more than whatever 10 to 20% of their advertising spend is, right? But if you're just starting out, this is kind of what I like to do. I like to just Google, hey, what is the average rate or the average salary for a meta ads expert in South Florida, if that's where you are. And then whatever that salary is divided by 12 and just have that be your monthly retainer, and you can justify it that way until you actually get to a point where you can justify a higher retainer based on previous results. Do you think anyone can do this or some people just can't? This is a great question, and I love this question because, so first of all, the skill, the trade, anybody can do this, right? It's very advanced, as it should be. I have clients that pay me $10,000 every single month to do this. What I know should be advanced, and that's a good thing, right? You want to know something advanced because it's what's going to pay you money. It's what's going to make you money. But it can be taught and learned as a total beginner. Like, I have no experience in this. I don't have a college degree. I flunked out of college. Anything can be learned really well, right? If it just takes some practice and good understanding and just, tweaking and fine tuning, and consistency wins 100% of the time. If you're consistent with something, it will literally pay off 100% of the time. But the main thing is this skill and trade anybody can do, especially because it's behind the scenes, right? This isn't like you're on social media or anything like that. But the bigger question is can anybody do this? Meaning, can they go out on their own and do this, right? Because you can learn these skills and trades and get a job in them. A lot of people do. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. A 9 to 5 is literally... There's nothing more soul-sucking to me. I've worked every job. I've bagged groceries at Dixie. Like, I've done it all. And there's nothing worse. There's nothing more soul-sucking than a 9 to 5. I can't. So I can never go back to that. I feel like a prisoner. Like, I can't look outside and see it's a nice day and know I can't go outside because I'm at work. Like, I can't. It's just, even if I finished all my work, like, I can't. So the question is can anybody go out on their own and do this? And I say yes. It's just going to be a lot harder if you are not a motivated self-starter person, because nobody else is going to help you do this. It's not like where you get a job and somebody says, okay, you have to show up on these days, you have to do this work, and on this day you'll get paid this amount of money, right? And when you don't have that type of black and white, it can be hard for some people. But then it's for the people that know if they put in the work, they have the potential to make a shit ton of money. And right, like there will be some people who are like, oh, well, I'm nervous to talk to a client. I'm an introvert, or I have imposter syndrome. I'm insecure. I messed up my first client so bad that they threatened to sue me because I had such bad imposter syndrome that, I talk about it all the time. I actually talk about it in my book too. And like, yeah, that could have been make it or break it for me. They were trying to take advantage of me because I didn't know it was my first time. And, I started to agree to do everything that they wanted, even though they weren't paying me for it. And so I stopped picking up the phone. And they threatened to sue me because they were like, you better have been kidnapped. I was like, I wasn't. I just messed up. I'm scared, please. And I got over it. You get over it. And the only way to get over it is to go through it. And that could have been a make it or break it where I was like, oh, this just isn't for me. I can't do this. And instead I was like, okay, now I know what not to do. Next client I get, not going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. And the only way you get confident in something is doing it over and over. That's the only way. You can't prepare, you can't read about it, you can't think about it. The only way you'll get more confident about it is just to go through it and to know that it's okay to mess up. Who gives a shit? You're never going to hear or see these clients again. I actually do see this client all the time. I see their ads and I get PTSD because they're really big now. So it would have been a great client to have actually worked with, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, like it just is what it is. You can't expect to make a lot of money and be in your comfort zone. Like it would be really nice. It would be so nice. Trust me. I like to work smarter, not harder. If I could do something and just not have to ever actually like leave my comfort zone, it would be nice, but it doesn't exist. That is what it is. Happens to the best of us. You messed up your Lowe's account. Oh my God, you had a Lowe's account? That's crazy. So bad that the Meta bots and TikTok ads publish TikTok and Snapchat. You'll never forget. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. When are you launching the update? You already bought the course. I'm so excited for you. So the updates are probably going to come within the next 60 days. And I'm talking like massive updates. The entire bootcamp is going to get a total overhaul revamp. Every module is going to be new. Of course, for those of you guys who already have it, you'll still have access to all the old ones as well. But they're just going to get an entire facelift. Plus, I'm adding AI trades, okay? AI trades. So you're going to have meta ads, TikTok ads, and email marketing. Right now, I have 3 AI trades that are going in there. I'll keep you guys posted on what they are, but I'm going to add 2 more as well. So you guys will have 5 in total. I'm getting an accreditation. I'm working on getting an accreditation. So the entire bootcamp is going to be legally recognized. Oh, sorry, my phone's ringing. It's going to be legally recognized by the government, and you guys will get official certifications after you complete the course. There's going to be a job board. So I have tons and tons of, leads that come in my door every single day that aren't a fit for me, and I'm going to be funneling you guys all of these leads to a legit job board, and you guys will be able to have your profiles up there and get leads. Huge. You guys are going to get my insanely cool AI. It's essentially me. You're going to have my AI clone. It's a custom GPT that's fully versed on the entire bootcamp front to back. It's got everything uploaded. It's fully trained and configured on it, and how I work, how I operate. I fed it tons of my lives and content, so it knows me in and out. Everything. It's going to be me. It's going to be me. So you'll still have full access to me during these lives, via email, through the Facebook group. But it'll also be like you'll have me being able to be right next to you and ask me questions throughout the entire process. So really, really cool, really exciting. And you guys, if you've already purchased, you're entitled to all those updates totally complimentary. If you purchase, because the bootcamp is going to be half off for like the next 10 minutes, and it's going to go back up to full price. But if you purchase now, you're going to get all of those updates totally complimentary as well. Wow, neat, doing big things. Big things! You know me. That's what I do. We do big things here. That's so amazing, so exciting. I'm so glad you guys are excited about it, because I am too. So I hope you guys found this live valuable. If you guys can give me a thumbs up, like the live for me, it means a lot. Again, the bootcamp is going to be half off for the next 10 to 15-ish minutes only. And then it's going to go back up to full price, and I don't know the next time I will go live. And if you purchase now, you're going to get all of those updates. Insane. This has been by far the coolest thing I've ever done in my life, is this boot camp with you guys, building this community. I literally get messages from you guys, from students being like, oh my God, I just quit my job, or oh my God, I just got my first 5-month client. Or even some of you guys be like, I just watched your video and I did it and it made me like $2,000 for this month. Like, it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. It's so cool. And like, I had somebody on my Instagram live tell me that she was a professor, and she hated her job, and like she had no work-life balance, and the time she had off, she had to get another job because she couldn't afford her bills. Like, and she's like, I've been doing it for so long, I don't know what else I can do. Like, an education degree doesn't translate anymore. And she literally just said she put in her resignation on TikTok or on Instagram live, because she's making so much money from the 10-hour 10K work month. And like, I literally will get emotional. That is the coolest, craziest thing ever. My mind is always blown, and I just can't. Like, how do I not show up every day and do this? Like, it's the coolest thing ever. And knowing that I've gotten out of my shitty situation, right? Like, and I don't have a college degree. I'm a college flunk out, actually. I've been kicked out of my apartment. I've lost my car. I've been to the grocery store where my card declined, and I literally have to put groceries back and leave with no food. I've lived in a literal shack. Like, people were scared to visit me because they thought I would like fall apart. And I would complain about my upstairs neighbors all the time because they were really loud. And my upstairs neighbors was a family of raccoons that lived in the roof. Like, it's been rough sometimes. And like, knowing that, and I've worked every job. I've bagged groceries. I went Dixie. I've scooped dog poop at doggy daycare. I've worked retail. I've worked every service industry job. I've done it all. And I've worked shitty 9-to-5s where I made like $16 an hour. I've even worked good 9-to-5s that paid well, because I'm specialized in these trades now. But like, it's so soul-sucking to not have autonomy over your life. Like, to have to wake up and to be somewhere every single day and you have no control over it. And then the worst part is that you still can't even afford like your bills. It's an insane, and it's like, I've been there, and like knowing that I got out of that situation and seeing you guys get out of yours because of the boot camp, it's the coolest thing, and I'm so grateful for it, and I'm so grateful for all of you guys. So I think that's about it. It's been, like an hour and 15 minutes now, so I hope that was beneficial. I'm going to do more of these since you guys seem to like them, so stay tuned. But the 10-hour 10K work month is going to be half off for the next probably 10 to 15 minutes only. So if you click the link in my profile, it'll take you to my link tree. It's going to be the first link in my link tree. The discount is automatically applied at checkout, and there is Afterpay or Klarna if you would like a payment plan option. Crystal, among the tiers, you sent me a message on Instagram. Thank you so much. You're such a blessing. You're going to be an anti-workaholic. I'm so excited for you, Crystal. Please, please, please keep us posted on your progress and success. I can't wait to hear about it. This is so cool. Monica says, buy the course, guys. You're on module 66, and it's been great so far. Thank you so much, Monica. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. You guys, again, you guys literally mean everything to me. So thank you guys so much. If I didn't get to answer your question, please feel free to leave it on my most recent video. I do my best to answer all questions that get asked. That's genuinely why I'm here and why I do what I do. So please feel free to leave it on my most recent video. So thank you guys so, so much. I'll try to do more of these, but again, I'm not going to go live tomorrow or the weekend, of course. So the 10-hour 10K work month boot camp is going to be half off for like the next 10-ish minutes only. If you guys are interested in it, check it out. And I can't wait to see some of you guys on the other side. This is the coolest thing ever. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk and see you guys all soon. Bye.